The Cerave Renewing Salicylic Acid Cleanser is a back-to-basics way to cleanse the skin. Considering it's around 10 to 15 bucks for a whole 8 ounces, really is an affordable face wash, especially because the small amount needed to effectively cleanse your face really means you won't be running out of it anytime soon, which is awesome. And since it is jam-packed with other acne-fighting and generally great for your skin ingredients like salicylic acid, ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide, it really is an effective face wash. But what if there's a way to optimize it to get the best results from it? In this video, we look at 4 ways to ensure you're using this face wash to its fullest, so stay with me till the end. Also, real quick, before we get started, it would mean the world to me if you hit the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and turn the bell on next to it to stay up to date with new weekly videos. First off, what I have to give credit to is the fact that this renewing cleanser is non-comedogenic, meaning it won't clog your pores. This is really the first thing I look for in any cleanser. Secondly, it doesn't have any of those mechanical exfoliants, those beads which can be too harsh and using them too often can leave your skin dry, raw, or red, which is what we want to avoid. That's awesome. Thirdly, it has a pH level of 5.5, which is great since it's closer to the skin's natural pH, unlike some soaps that can be too disruptive. Fourthly, it's enriched with vitamin D, not too sure how, but it is said to play an antioxidant role on the face. And lastly, it contains an ingredient known as phytosphingosine, which if you look at this diagram, skin that is enriched with ceramide and phytosphingosine prevents excessive water loss from the body and protects against bacterial attacks and external stimuli. But here's what's interesting. This cleanser includes the words SA, or salicylic acid, in its name, but doesn't list it as an active ingredient on the label. In fact, salicylic acid is the 16th ingredient in this product out of 27. Have you ever wondered why? Well, considering that the FDA only allows over-the-counter acne products to include between 0.5% and 2% salicylic acid as an active ingredient, it's possible that this cleanser contains less than 0.5% salicylic acid since it doesn't list it as an active ingredient at all, which might be beneficial to some if that's the case, since not everyone will react well to salicylic acid at the 2% level. Now, usually Cerave does a good job in letting you know what type of skin type the products are good for, flat out on the front of the product. For this product, it says for normal skin types, so anyone with normal to acne prone skin types can find this cleanser a better fit, especially if you're using it on the body as well and not just your face. Now let's get into the first game-changing tip, which is frequency. Now, most will go ahead and start using it once or twice a day, right? Nothing wrong with that, but starting at 2 to 3 times a week and gradually increasing it after a few weeks to daily use is actually a better idea. There's no exact science to this, mostly just trial and error to see how your skin reacts to the frequency. Those who say the product was too harsh can benefit from this method instead of daily usage or twice a day usage. Remember, we want the most results out of it with the least amount of product used. If you're trying to use it more so for the body, then the Cerave body wash with salicylic acid may be better suited, as it works a little better on thicker skin, especially on chicken skin, which I've left a link down below for you. So that's the first game-changing tip. Now let's take a look at the second game-changing tip, which is the actual amount per wash. I'm personally a fan of the lighter feeling face washes, and with this one, it does come out a little bit heavy. In other words, a little really goes a long way. You'll find that in order to get the perfect lather, the skin has to first be wet, but to wet the skin, the hands need to be completely washed off and cleaned first before it touches the product dispenser and then the face. You see, we carry natural oils in the palms of our hands which can contain bacteria that's easily transferred to the face and other products. Doing so, you'll avoid spreading persistent pimples and blemishes. Next, wet the skin with lukewarm water first and use a coin-sized amount, which you can accomplish with about 1 full pump. Then you want to massage it into your face in circular motions, especially on areas where you normally break out. This is an actual map that will help you gauge where to actually apply it. If you're more on the oily side, then the T-zone, which is the forehead, nose, and chin, will be your focus, so start massaging it there. If yours are on the jaw, which is more so hormonal acne, start at the jaw and work your way up in circular motions. Now, just as a side note, I'm not entirely a fan of these pumps because in my experience, they end up breaking. Yes, they're great for hygiene, but when I press down sometimes, the pump doesn't return to the right position, which can lead to a lot of waste. Just something to keep note with these style of pumps. The third game-changing tip is timing of the actual wash. Now, if you're in a hurry and you don't have a 5-step skincare routine, you might be washing your face too fast, or for too long for that matter. There's a sweet spot with this product. An appropriate face washing session should last no longer than 2 minutes. If you're going over 2 minutes, that excess scrubbing and rinsing and cleansing may disrupt healthy sebum production and dry out your skin. So if you're getting dry skin from this product, go back to how firmly you're pressing it into your skin, as well as how long you're cleansing for. The sweet spot is anywhere from as little as 30 seconds to 2 minutes. After that, rinse it off, pat it dry with a clean towel. You won't believe how many germs are on your towel, especially if you keep it near your toilet. The fibers of the towel become laced with bacteria, and then that gets transferred to your face. And you may find that this product isn't giving you the best results. But you might be asking, how often should you even be washing your face towel? The answer is after a maximum of 3 uses, which I know not a lot of people stick with that routine. The fourth game-changing tip is the use of sunscreen after this product in your daytime routine, but not necessarily why you might be thinking. This study came out in March of 2023 and showed us that the exposome and solar radiation can trigger or worsen acne. UV light can induce post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, erythema, and can initiate flares. So it's not just for protecting the collagen on your face. There is some evidence to use it to prevent acne flares from getting worse. And because salicylic acid thins out the surface of the skin, sunscreen is a necessity with it, as your skin may be more vulnerable to sun rays. So after you apply your salicylic acid cleanser, you may apply a soothing moisturizer, wait about 1 to 2 minutes, and then top that off with a sunscreen, which you can find in the description box below. And in terms of how long should you wait to see results? Let's say if you wanted to switch back to your normal cleanser, you should see results at the 4 to 6 week mark. If you don't see any results at the 4-week mark, give it another 2 weeks for both non-inflammatory and inflammatory acne. If you don't notice results then, you may need a higher strength of salicylic acid or a completely different product, especially if you're using it for post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, which are those dark marks that remain after a pimple heals. I'm more curious to actually hear from you guys though. What are your thoughts on the Cerave Salicylic Acid Renewing Cleanser? Do you like one of the products over the other? Leave me your thoughts down below, and until then guys, subscribe if you found this video useful, and I'll see you on the next one.